Greetings, Keechlings. Keech Prime here with my live reaction of Kingdom Chapter 804. Alright. What is up with all of these? I assume this is like the registry, like, room. Because there's like a bunch of scrolls and stuff all about. There's, Shobun-kun. They're placing or taking off? Oh, it's putting. Finally. Wait. Did they do it? My god, those shelves are high. Every kin citizen cataloged on these shelves. The family registry containing citizens of the entire country was finished. Chancellor, Rishi-sama. One dude's like bowing. And, oh god, both of them, they've fallen. They collapsed. Okay. So we got Issei, we got Shohei-kun. Let's see here. The age of males was cataloged. Age of males? Okay. For the first time in the 16th year. Oh, okay. I thought they were calling this like the age of males, not that. Okay. For the first time in the 16th year of the first emperor's reign, from the records of the great historian, Annals of the First Emperor. The first pillar stands tall in its completed form. It is all thanks to the efforts of Shobun-kun, Rishi and the others. The civil officials struggled and sacrificed were more than I had anticipated, but so is the accuracy of the family register that they managed to build. In that case, we should move as soon as possible. Understood. I will issue the order for forced conscription across the entire country, and we will raise new soldiers to reorganize our forces. In other words, we will build the second pillar. And soon after, we will begin the construction of the third pillar. I see. In all likelihood, this will truly be our one last chance. With caution, I will give it my all. You were able to create a plan to keep us on the path that was thought to be completely lost. For that, you have my deepest gratitude. Shohei-kun, this time, more so than ever, I feel truly fortunate to have you as my Chancellor and Chief of Military Affairs. I am grateful for your kind words. Okay, so there's mutual respect there. But if I may, I would request that you express your appreciation only after we have destroyed Han. I have not accomplished anything yet. Yes, I will do that. Shohei-kun, let me see the end of this path together. Or let us. To China's unification. Understood. Then, if you'll excuse me. Okay, I wonder what his battle plans are, though. Like, what is he developing behind the scenes? Like, we already know from last chapter that To and Shin are essentially going in under their own directives. Like, there's nothing coming from the higher-ups yet. So, I assume that's where he's headed off, back to the war room to devise plans. So we've got this small city, it looks like. People are heading out. Okay, we've got tribesmen. They're also heading out. Alright, we've got... Good lord, they're very barbaric looking. The conscribement did not draft a massive number of troops from one single location, but rather it was done across all the different regions in the country, keeping a portion of each region's total population. Yeah, to be honest, that's probably the best, because then you get more production overall. You don't... It leads to some level of diversifying, where, you know, like, say, certain areas experiencing a bit of drought. You know, it's like, well... Or if a bit of natural disaster occurred. You know, a river flooded, took out all of, you know, the fields or something. It's like, food could then be brought from other parts of the other regions and whatnot. So, yeah, makes sense. Thus, no one thought it was a big number at first, but after merging with other groups time and time again, yeah, they march. they gradually came to understand. Yeah, that's a lot of people, and it's like goes off into the horizon. The true scope of the force raised by the Qin country this year was a massive army numbering over more than 10 or 20,000. Yeah, definitely. The reports of the unusual new Qin force would eventually make their way to other countries, but due to the unbelievable nature of the events, they would cause extreme confusion. Okay, exactly how long did this take? I forget exactly. It was like, what? 2 years was the plan to take over Han, but I forget how much it was leading up to that. Let's see, Northern Zhao Hongo, report. Oh, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, because that's kind of tiny writing. About the troops being raised all over the Qin country, it seems that the ones in the northern regions gathered together into a force of 80,000 are moving towards Asuyo. 80,000? Wait a second. We just heard that the number of troops in the southern and central regions together already exceed 150,000, but then that means... So Qin just raised a force of nearly 300,000 men out of nowhere? No, that's impossible. They just lost 200,000 men to us in 2 years. They can't possibly raise another 300,000 in just a year. Rapoku's actually having to think about this one. This is no more than just a last desperate struggle by gathering every single soldier in their military. Surely they must be using the garrisons of every single castle and city in the country. Not particularly. It might be a little bit more than that. Chu, capital I. Let's see here. Urgent report. The new force raised between Qin's borders continues to increase, and counting the numbers seen across the entire country, it is now approaching the mark of 200,000. What? I'm surprised that anyone in Chu is even worried. Like, they have, like, the largest population, right? Oh, now we're... Oh, wait, I misidentified that guy. Excuse me. Damn it. Just what the hell's happening in Qin? It shouldn't be possible for them to create a new force so soon after consecutive defeats, and yet you're telling me they raised 300,000? It must be a false report. They're clearly using misinformation as a way of defense. They should send our armies north as planned. Well, but the reports say that 30,000 of them are on the way to reinforce Mobu's army. Another lie! Oh yeah, Mobu's, like, down south, isn't he? What do you think, Karen? Chu Chancellor. Rian. Yeah, I forgot she has such a high level in their structure now. The natural conclusion would be that they are mobilizing every single soldier left in their military in order to reinforce their armies. The fact that they don't know this. However, that would mean deploying the garrisons of every city. Such a dangerous, risky move at such a time makes me feel like this may not be the natural conclusion after all. They're not moving their remaining soldiers. That is without a doubt an entirely new force. Oh, so she does know. Okay. What? A new force? And just where was it raised from? Don't you remember the reports we've been getting about the civil officers from Kanyu running around the country like crazy? So they conscribed from their cities? But they don't... You don't think they'd get 300,000 from just that, do you? Pretty sure we got a report that they were building a family register, too. Then from where? From the entire country. I might die just thinking about the amount of effort it would take to do something like that in this giant country of Chu. Yeah, like, Chu is massive compared to everyone else, so yeah, they would go crazy. But even Qin still has vast lands and mountainous regions. Why don't tell me that they went through all of that. And Mr. No Teeth just got more teeth knocked out of his mouth. They managed to squeeze 300,000, and that's exactly what they did. I think the Ken King and Shohei Kun would really go this far, and just then I thought they were done. They just don't know when to give up. They'll just cling to their plan of or path of unification by blood to the very end, won't they? Cuckoo. Okay, that scene lasted a little longer than I thought it would. Excuse me. Now we're in Wei. I don't know if we've ever heard their capital city before. Tairyu. Let's see. Urgent report. A large group from the new Kim forces is currently marching east along the Yellow River. They're coming towards us. It would appear they... Okay, so what I'm guessing is how this is going to happen. They're dispatching out portions of this new 300,000 army to reinforce the ones that are fighting against Wei and fighting against was it Zhao? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, it's and then once they've dealt with Han and it's completely collapsed and assimilated, then they'll just probably all merge back together and then go straight for Zhao. At least what I'm hearing. They've already dispatched some to Mobu as well, so why wouldn't they dispatch to other armies that are, fighting off enemies? Let's see here. It would appear they really did create a new force after all. Wei Great General, go home, eh? Don't tell me that they intend on attacking us. No, that's not it. Then who? Their moves so far indicate that they will be attacking someone soon. Wei strategist, Hari. You look like a woman. Are you? It's hard to tell. Urgent report from the Rakushi Castle. From Rakushi? At Rakushi Castle by the Yellow River. Is it the Kin Navy? What? Okay, so this is the one that I think Moten is supposed to be dealing with? And it was right there on a river, so according to the reports from the Rakushi scouts, Ken is amassing a large number of ships on their side of the Yellow River. And I forget how the map laid out. Enough ships to carry an army of a few dozen thousand. Ooh. What? They'll disembark on our side of the river, surely. Home. Excuse me. So there's the Wei King, Caben. I actually forgot his name entirely. Not that I remember a lot of people's names in this series. They are not so foolish as to suddenly decide to carry out an invasion of Wei. Their goal is Han. Oh, so you fucking know already. You are a smart bastard. Okay. If they intend on cutting the reinforcement lines between Han and Wei, the Rakushi is just the perfect target. Ah, yes, because it's like the midpoint. Cutting the reinforcement line. So they're moving to completely destroy Han. So, Gakka Ko is the old man. Well, that's not very kind of them. Do they just watch as they disembark? Not a chance. Send the order for the troops in Rakushi to march forth along the Yellow River. Hurry. Understood. Right now, it's a race against time, isn't it? It is, but naturally. The Kin army is also aware of that. Get on board. Hurry. Pack together. The wind is starting to get stronger. Hurry up. Okay, so are they disembarked now? It looks like it. Or are they they're like packed together, so I assume this is like some of the ships that hadn't like set sail yet. Don't wait. Wait for the others. As soon as your ship is full, then set sail. We have to disembark before the Wei army has time to mount a defense on the shore. Ah. Yeah, because if they... It'll be freaking... What was it? That one river battle. All over again. Because it's like, it doesn't go well if you get cornered on a ship. Because it's like, they could aim for the boat to sink you, and then, you know, in your heavy armor and the horses, people will drown in large numbers. You know, like, you don't have movement. You're like really restricted, so like a volley of arrows. It's like, so yeah, you're just you know, a sitting duck. So damn it, I'm happy to get to open this campaign, but to think that everything would be this rush. We didn't even have time to properly train the newcomers. We have to create a base on enemy territory and mount a defensive line from there. Right now, nothing is more important to us than speed. Other than Gohome, Wei also has the fire dragon, Gaimon. Huh? Okay, Akakin, calm your shit. As I suspected, we really get the short end of the stick, don't we, Kiki? Sailing is fun, though. There is a limit to how many... Oh, so it's Ohan. Ohan is going up against Wei. Okay. There's a limit to how many we can stop with just 50,000. Okay, so they have 50,000 men in this. Okay. Getting some information. Good. So our mission success depends on the number of troops Wei decides to send at us. Don't be ridiculous. There is no limit for us. No matter how many hundreds of thousands they send, the Gyokuho will beat them all. Yes! Gramps is like, I'm on board, young master. So he says. Kanjo, shut up. Anyway, alright. The general's ship is setting sail. The Qin army is in full force to strike its last chance as the first move in the Han invasion campaign. The Gyokuho strikes out. Alright, so... So it's going to be a little bit of a sea battle, it looks like, against Wei. And it's the Gyokuho. Okay, I don't remember if it was clarified which was going against who, so... But it's still cool to know. Also, family registry got done, so... First pillar is done. Second pillar, they built the army. Third pillar is they will start the invasion, which apparently will be happening. I imagine both Moten and Ohan were sent out at the same time to intercept the armies so that Qin wouldn't have any interference of mobilizing to Han. But that also would just signal something. Obviously, Gohome picked up, it was like, they're going for Han. We got to deal with them first. It's like, it really is just a ticking clock at this point. Like, if they can get to the shore before Ohan and them make it and get a base going, it's like, yeah, the whole sitting duck scenario. So, I'm intrigued. I would love to see more naval battles, so this one does excite me. Like, they're because they obviously wouldn't go out into the ocean, so it makes sense that rivers being more restrictive, you don't really see that much, so it's mostly always land battles. But I would like to see a little change up here or there, so hey, we might get a little naval combat, so that's cool. And the Gyokuho, led by Ohan, will be an interesting fight, I'm sure. They are going to give them some hell. And I'm actually wondering if Gohome will actually be in the battle. Like, because then that'll just test Ohan even more. Because, I mean, Gohome is, you know, like another bit of a thorn in the side of Qin. Like, we've fought, I think, more wars against them than anybody else. So, yeah, they're just constant repetition. They're the most reoccurring villains, I think. And Gohome really took that spot after his father died. So yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. The plans are in motion. We've got various countries are slowly being informed of what's going on. So battle stations all around, choose, like, kind of figuring things out. They're realizing that there's going to be some reinforcements from Mobu, who's down at the south. So gonna be a lot of stuff going on. 50,000 are invading Wei, and I assume 50,000 in Moten's army as well. So fighting against the Zhao. I'm just excited. But anyway, let me know your own thoughts and opinions. Anything I missed, misunderstood, please let me know down below. Links down below for all my socials, part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel. Go check it out. And as always, the later days. Until next time, Qiushlings. Naval battle, just say.